Hi.
Woohoo.
Welcome to the Freedom Salon podcast, and I'm so excited. This episode is going to be all about photography in the beauty industry and just photography in general with my good friend, Austin Angel.
What's up? So happy to be here.
And real quick, so we can tell everybody that's listening, what is your Instagram handle?
So my Instagram handle is austinangelphotography. Same for Facebook, same for everything.
Yes, it's good. That's
Yes.
really good.
Keep it consistent.
Yes, so people can really find you. And you have
Yep.
like a great name for that.
Yes.
So I love it.
It's Angels.
Yes. So I'm so excited to dive into your story because I haven't really got to know it. Like we've worked together just professionally in salon things. So tell me, what made you choose photography and how old did you get started? Everything. I want to know all the things.
All right. So when we first had our family pictures done, I was just amazed at just everything, the photographer, the camera. How can you take a posed picture and make it look just fabulous?
Yes.
And so I asked for Christmas for a camera when I was 14 years old. And I told mom, crazy, I'm 19 now.
Yes. So, I was like, please tell everyone how old you are now because from that to this, like, wow, like business growth is crazy. So
it's insane.
Continue.
So at 14, I told my parents, I said, I want a camera for Christmas. They said, oh my gosh, why do you want a camera? I said, well, I want to take pictures of all the animals in our backyard, go to Cades Cove, take pictures of animals.
Yeah, like have a hobby.
Yes. So I was expecting it to be all about animals. Yeah. So I get the camera. My friend that I go to school with found out that I got a camera and she said, will you take some pictures of me? I said, oh my, there's no way. Not doing it.
Who's your friend?
So Maggie Beeler.
Okay.
And so that was my first photo shoot ever. Yeah. Yes, it was so funny. So my mom picked us up. We drove all around downtown Knoxville and we took pictures at the most random locations ever. And I edited the pictures on my iPhone with the little, you take the picture and then you just click edit. And so I would import the pics, edit them right there, and then I texted them to her. And then she posted them and tagged me in them, and everybody started wanting pictures. Yeah. And I was just like, okay, mom, what should I do? Of course, go to the mom for the advice. Mom has all the advice for a 14-year-old boy.
Yes.
And so I asked her, and she said, well, you should start an Instagram account. And so I started AAA Photography, which was the funniest name ever, but it was great. Because my initials are Austin Andrew Angel. And so I started that, and then it just went from there. It's crazy now.
That is awesome. So, like, it just kind of happened.
Yes, without planning.
But I do want to say, like, what awesome confidence you had at 14 years old to just be like, yeah, okay, I'll do your pictures.
Let's go for it. Let's do it.
Now, did you start charging right away, or was it more of a hobby in the beginning?
So at first I had no clue what I was doing, what to do. So I would just look around and I'd be like, $10, $15, sounds good. Let's do it. Yeah. And so I did my first prom photo shoot that year. And so same year,
where most people are like we were talking earlier, like going to Ingles, like bagging groceries is their first job. You were taking people's prom pictures, which is awesome.
And so at 14, my mom pulled up to the venue that I rented, and I took pictures for $15 of a couple, and then they went to prom. And so that was my first prom photo shoot. Yeah. And then from there, I go to a larger church here in Corrington. Yes. And so I guess they found out about it, and then so just people would word of mouth, and that's just how it happened.
I know, don't you think? And I love talking to photographers, because I feel like our businesses are so closely related.
Yes.
Like the hair world, and your mom is a hairstylist, so you have great influence on that whole thing. Like word of mouth in our industries and Instagram. Those are the two things
key
that like help our industry so much. And I think Instagram's almost like the modern word of mouth.
Yes.
Because, and even I talked to even some of the girls on our staff, like you could go out and talk to 15 people about how you're a hairstylist, but when you post, like it has the potential to be in front of thousands of people. Yes. That's like talking to thousands of people. So there's no reason why you shouldn't use it. Yep. And I feel like it started to get really hot even when you started, which you're naturally gifted, obviously, to be as young as you are and to do as well as you have. What is like something in your business and in your like path? What is something that you've maybe done and you're like, yeah, maybe we won't do that again?
I would say newborn pictures. Okay. So when I think it was 15 or almost about to be 15.
Yeah, and you're like, I don't know what to do this, baby.
Everybody was asking me like, will you take pictures of this? Will you take pictures of this? And I was like, let's go. Let's do it. Let's go for it. So I get 2 twin newborn babies at the same time.
Oh, gosh.
It was just my first.
I never knew how that went until I had a child myself. And I was like, there's a lot more to this than.
This was like one of my first 10 photo shoots. And I have never done a newborn since. Yeah. And so I just went on 5 years of Austin Angel Photography, and I've never did a baby again.
No, you're
I will not do it.
You were like, no, I'm good. Like this is, because it's hard.
Yes.
Like even like you just did mini sessions for my family, and even like my 2-year-old, he's just like crazy, but you happen to get like the best shots.
It was so good. And if you know me, I'm always up for an adventure, but not that kind.
No. Well, and I do think like those pictures, like kids grow so fast, you can't really redo them.
Yes.
Like it's just like, that's it.
Yep.
You know, newborns are just newborns, and that's all. Well, that's awesome.
It was so cool.
Okay, was AAA photography?
Yes.
What kind of birthed you into like this that you are now? Like when did you decide, okay, like this is going to be my career path. This isn't just a hobby anymore. Like I'm going all in.
So I was thinking to myself, am I going to have to get a job? I see all my friends getting these jobs. I'm like, I need some money. I want some money to go out to eat, to hang with friends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so just seeing all that, I was looking at my calendar and looking at all the messages that I have been getting just about inquiries. And I was like, I'm only 15 and I'm getting inquiries and I'm making money.
Drive.
I know, I can't even drive.
To your photo shoot. You gotta ask your mom.
Yep. And so I'm getting these inquiries and I look at mom, I'm like, maybe I don't have to get a job. Maybe I can just continue doing this.
Yeah.
And then maybe one day it turns into something even more.
Yeah.
And so far, so good.
Well, and what's so good is it's like you've taken this time where a lot of people are just like having fun with their friends, like whatever.
Yeah.
And you've grown a business.
Yes.
Like a good bit, like a great business. And I think that that's just so amazing. And to be so mature at that age to do it. Like, what was your thought process in that? Were you but you love it.
Yes.
And I feel like being around you, I can tell that you love it. Like in the salon, when you come in with us, like you love it.
Mm-hmm.
What is something you look for when you're going to work with somebody? Like, do you like kind of send something to your clients like, hey, like this is kind of the vision I'm going for? Have you ever had that happen as a photographer?
Yes.
Like maybe styles not being the same, or how do you make sure it's somebody you really want to work with?
So when I get inquiries for weddings, they'll message me and I'll be like, okay, before we go any farther with our texting, let's meet.
Yeah.
And so every single wedding I've done, we meet for coffee in person, no matter what. And so just to see if we're vibing together, just to see if we have the same vision for each other. Yes. And so if their goals are different and I cannot reach their goals, I do not want to say yes because I'm not going to be able to make them happy. And so my goal in life is to make everybody happy, make all the clients feel loved by me, and just have a great day. Yeah. And so if their vision's totally different than mine, then I'm going to have to turn them away, which is super sad. Yeah. But I would rather their vision line up with somebody else's.
What does that look like?
It's hard, but...
Do you have like a stack of people you refer people to?
Yes, I have a list.
That's kind of what I do in the hair world. Like if something's not... Like we're known for like a long like extensions, like just pretty wavy, you know, and somebody wants like half their head shaved and something really artistic and really like dramatic, maybe something we don't do. Mm-hmm. Like I have like 3 or 4 salons in Knoxville that I'm like, hey, like we may not be a fit for you, but
here's a list.
Because I like to, and I think it's good to build rapport with other people in your 100%, industry. Because then there comes a time where maybe they might get somebody that's like fit for you, and then they're like, "Oh, let's send them your way."
Yes.
You know? So,
and I have gained so many photographer friends throughout working in photography. And so when people come to me and they're like, "Hey, newborns," I'm like, "No, here you go. Here's a list."
I'll be like, "These are the newborn people. Like you need to call them."
Yes,
up front.
For sure.
Well, too, and I feel like I hate like telling people no.
Oh gosh.
And I don't ever want anybody to like think it's like personal.
Yep.
You know, it's just more like I just don't want to take on something that's not my style.
Yes, it's not my specialty.
Nobody's gonna be happy with that. So that's great that you learned that at a young age, because I feel like in my career, like I've had a lot of trial and error. And I've had like errors. And so then that's like made me be like, yeah, I'm probably not going to do that again. So that's awesome.
Yes.
So did you take any classes like for business to know how to navigate this? Because I'm sure that's overwhelming.
Yes. And so in high school, we are required to take a business and marketing class.
That's awesome.
And so I took that. Okay. And so other than that, I have attended content days and styled shoots, which is where photographers host a styled shoot and I buy a ticket. But that is pretty much, I'm self-taught. And
that's awesome.
It's crazy. My mom and dad helped me a whole lot with it.
Yeah.
But as of now, I'm self-taught. So it's pretty cool.
That is awesome. So how do you, like, what's your concept? Like, we just did a Valentine's Day mini. And oh my gosh, when I tell y'all, like, I pulled up to this, like, amazing farm, like 5 minutes from my house. And I'm like, how have I not seen this?
Yeah.
It's beautiful. This bus with, like, baby's breath. It's like this picturesque, like, Pinterest perfect scene. Like, how does that come out of your brain?
So my lovely
What's your
assistant.
creative, like how?
Yes. So what I call vision meetings. And
Okay.
so I had an employee in like 3 years ago. Her name's Lily Robinson.
Okay.
We sit down all the time just visioning. How can we stand out? How can we be different and unique?
Yeah.
And not just attract your normal clients. Let's attract everybody and let's stand out and just create a huge setup.
Yes.
And so I'm all about supporting local vendors. And so by doing these setups, I support florists, buses, cars, anybody that has an old car. Yes.
Yeah.
And so I'm helping other businesses. I'm helping me grow my business. And so just reaching out, growing, making that relationship is key.
Yeah.
And so I sit down, I think about how can I stand out? And so just recently I was planning my spring minis for April.
Oh,
and so I sat down.
Like they're going to be amazing.
It's going to be so pretty.
Yes.
And so I sat down. I was like, what can I do? Where's the venue going to be at? What can stand out? What's different that hasn't been done before? And who can I involve?
Yeah.
And so I always want to involve people in the Knoxville area because community is key.
Yeah,
so
and I think you do such a great job of that because I think sometimes it could be very intimidating to people to put themselves out there.
Yes.
Especially like not building relationships. People can be shyer and they're not like, oh, like I want to make friends with this person and they'll want to use me in the future.
Yes.
But really when you do that, I know that's when our business grew.
Yes.
It's like when we did I used to do a lot of styled shoots. Really, we still did a lot of styled shoots up until COVID. And that kind of like made things a little wild there for a little while. Because it's so fun and it can like make us show our creativity, which I think we want to do one later.
For sure. We need to do one.
We need to do
It'll be so fun.
like our whole concept.
We just birthed it.
Like Austin Angel, Whitney Evans Beauty, like the best of the
all
best.
The good vibes.
I love it.
It'll be so good.
I love it.
Me too.
So just so our listeners know, you come in our salon.
Yep.
And we were having a big problem we had all this content we were doing, but we're busy.
Yes.
Like behind the chair. And it's like, how do we get the perfect angle to really show what we're doing in the salon to make reels and TikToks for social media? Because that's where everything was going.
Yep.
Our picture game was down. We've been doing it 6 years now. Like we got this. Like we know how to take a good picture. We know how to do that. But now everything's moving to video. Yep. Which part of your business is video.
Yes, correct.
So you came in and like our new bookings have like quadrupled engagement, everything since you've come in and has started helping us with reels. So walk me through your process because it blows my mind every time. Like he's there for like 2 hours and then all of a sudden we have like 7 reels of content, pictures, everything. Like a week's worth really of posts.
It's crazy.
From the time that you're there for just a little bit of time. And you literally have it done for me an hour later. Yeah. So tell me, I want to know.
So basically, I love Fridays. Fridays are game days with Whitney Evans.
Well, and your energy, like our energy matches. And so the girls look forward to you coming. I look forward to you coming. Yep. Clients look forward to you coming. Now that we've been doing it for a few months, they're coming back. They're like, oh, Austin's here. This is so awesome. Yeah. They're like, I wore this today because I know he's going to be here. Yes. So tell me, I want to know.
So Fridays, I just walk in and I look at everybody's books. I get to see who has a good client, who would be good on film, who has a transformation. Maybe they're getting 22-inch extensions, colored, cut, everything. So of course, I'm going to film that. Yes. And so I look around, I get the big picture, and then I start filming. So I walk around to every station within the 2 hours or 3, and I just walk around, I film clips, and then I take those either to a local coffee shop, usually Mahalo, it's right down the road.
Shout out to Mahalo,
yes,
man.
The best ever.
They're awesome.
So I'm usually just sitting there for about an hour or 2, and I just import all those files. I heart my favorites and keep those files, delete the bad, keep the good. Yeah. Just a weeding process.
Just like that, because, it's amazing because you take something that there's a lot of dead time in it, but you like create a story.
It's crazy. And it's from start to finish, the client walks in and the client leaves. I film the before, the after, the during, the color, the wash, everything. Yeah. And so it's just super cool for people to watch what Whitney Evans Beauty is doing behind the chair rather than just seeing the transformation.
Yeah, because I think it's really easy. Like, and I like to bring awareness to my clients and like even to social media that there's a lot that goes into what we do. And, some reels are fun and it's just like, whoa, it's this magic and it's whatever. But there's also a backstory because it's like managing expectations. Yes. And I feel like you capture such a story for us and I'm so appreciative of it.
It's my goal.
So what are you looking for when you are working with businesses? Because I know that's a whole different beast from your normal.
So I'm looking for somebody that has commitment, of course, somebody that's going to be consistent rather than just I show up 1 week, don't show up for another 4 weeks, and then they text me, hey, where you at? And so I'm looking for a professional business.
Yeah, that we're like, okay, this is the schedule. This is our vision. Like,
we're going to put you on a schedule. I love schedules. I love organization. Love all that.
Yes. And that's probably why we vibe.
Yes, we're friends. And so when a business reaches out, I always just examine. I always just ask them questions. I want to get to know them. Is this going to be a good fit? Mm-hmm. Just like when you guys reached out to me, I was like, oh my, let's see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So we meet at a coffee shop it was like September 17th. I don't know why I remember that, but it's so crazy. And so we met for like an hour.
And I felt like we could have stayed there forever.
Yes.
Because I'm like, this is a good idea. Yep. Let's do this. Let's do,
Yes. We were just talking forever about our ideas, our visions, and how they line up so perfectly. And it was just crazy. And of course, Friday is my off day. And so you guys filled that spot. And so it just worked out so good.
Yeah.
And it was so cool.
It's so fun. Like, it's such a joy just because, too, I think, it's like taking a little bit of pressure off us, at least one day.
Yep.
That we're not constantly trying to create content. Also, while we're just like literally just doing
having to work. Yeah.
Like just doing our job. And that's why it's so funny. Like, I laugh, especially to some of my older clients that have been with me for now like 15 years. Yeah. And they're like, did you ever think you'd be doing all this? Like, one of mine was actually the one you did her little girl's haircut.
Yes.
A reel for that, which was great. It just
was
so happened
so cute.
It was a video day, and it was her very first haircut, and so you got to capture it all for
coolest
her
thing
mom.
ever.
And it was different content for us.
Yes,
so it was really cool.
So sweet.
I think even she was like, "Did you ever think that like this like?" When I went to school in like 2008, it was just doing hair.
Yes.
It was like you did hair.
There was no social media. There was none you didn't need to post what you did.
No.
You didn't need to shout out anybody.
No, you got to add in the paper when you started somewhere. And you're like, yeah, this is me right here.
That is so
taking
funny.
Clients, handing out, cards to everybody. So I'm like, yeah, like you really almost have to be like a videographer.
It's crazy.
And everything.
Yep.
So on the flip side, that's what you do for us.
Yep.
Now, what we can do for you, like, how do you, I know like a big part of a special event photography and video is beauty.
Yes.
Beauty side. Like, because obviously if somebody looks their best, they're going to be better for you on camera.
Yes.
They're going to be, so what do you do for your clients that like maybe don't know where to go? Do you have like a list of people you refer? Like, or do you kind of have a vision? Like, how does that go?
So one of my favorite things is when seniors will say, I need my hair and makeup. Yeah. Well, of course, now that I'm collaborating with you guys, that's my number one go-to.
Yeah.
And so now that we have a partnership, I'm just recommending you guys to everybody. And same for y'all. Y'all are doing the same for me because I've gotten phone calls. Hey, we saw you videoing at Whitney Evans Beauty, and we were in the shop when you were videoing, and I grabbed a business card, and now I'm ready to book.
Yeah.
And so it's like we're both benefiting each other.
Yes.
But I always love the part when they ask, who does hair and makeup? I'm like, Whitney Evans Beauty, here we go. Yeah. And of course, I have a ton of other vendors that I know and work with.
And we do too. I think we kind of have pull from the same
pool, which is good. Yes. I love having other vendors, but of course, go-to is Whitney Evans.
Yeah.
And so it's just super cool to see how we can both make an impact on each other's businesses.
Yeah. I love that.
Yep. It's so cool.
And it's been so fun just because like I just feel like the more we go, the more creative we can be. And you even have our team shoot coming up, and I'm super excited.
I know, I'm so excited.
Like doing video and photography.
We're gonna make a few reels, some TikToks. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have so much fun.
Yes. So, when you edit your reels, what do you do? What do you use?
So what I'm using right now is Adobe Premiere, which is just a software that you can download. You pay for it subscriptionally. And then I'm just editing the videos. So I pick my favorite clips, line them up, find some trending music on TikTok or Instagram, because that's key. It is so key to find a trending song right now, because when you post it.
How do you know? And I mean, this is like my age showing me. Like what I do is if I like a song, I just save it. When I'm like going through Reels or TikTok, how do you know if it's trending? Is it usually trending if it's like going on your regular?
If it's on your For You page, it's probably going to be trending, but I usually just search hashtag trending, and then usually all these songs pop up, and I'm like, okay, here we go, let's download it. And so I overlay that background music, and then when you guys post it, it gets y'all some clout, because I mean there's some reels that are getting 14,000 views, 30,000 views, 40,000 views, and there's also some that might get like 1,000 to 2,000. So it's just a lot of people. It depends,
and that's what I have to try to especially educate my younger stylists. Post it anyway.
Yes,
because I mean if 1,000 people see your video, or even 300 people see your video, Like, that's like standing in a room with like 300
yes.
people.
And that's
like,
exactly.
That's a big deal. If you
that is like exactly what I tell people.
Visualize it that way. Like, that's not. I think sometimes everybody like thinks the goal is to go viral.
Yes, it's not though.
And that's not the goal.
No. And so
in small business anyway.
It is.
I don't think so.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I offer mentorships. And so when local photographers reach out to me and they're like, hey, do you do mentoring? Of course I say yes. And so when we meet, they're like, I only got like 15 likes on this. And I'm like, okay, but let's look at it this way. There's 15 of your friends standing in a room supporting you.
Yeah.
And so I always try to encourage, I'm like, 15 likes is 15 likes.
It is.
3,000 is 3,000.
And those are 15 people taking the time out of your day to be like, that's bad.
Yes, showing some love. Yes,
yeah, and
it's
like,
so good.
And I feel like in our culture, like it's gotten so jaded with that.
Yes.
Where before, like I'm a dinosaur. So I remember like when we first got Facebook, like if somebody like commented on something at all, like we were excited. We're like, oh, I'm going to write them back. Yep. Like, you know, like, oh, this people.
You got to get hype.
And I even had a YouTube channel early. And like, I mean, if somebody commented on it that was like from England or something, I'd be like, oh my gosh, someone in England watched my video.
It's the coolest day ever. Yes.
Like I think that if I could preach anything and even use this platform to do that, like, I feel like just influencing your circle around you and like trying to get like find your target market is way bigger than being viral or like Insta famous or TikTok famous or any of that. It's not realistic.
And be more relational rather than just looking at another follower. Well, when you get a follower, message them and be like, why'd you follow me? Figure out why. And so just create a relationship with all your followers so that way you can engage with them even more. And even
like follow them back and engage in their work too. Because like social media is supposed to be social.
Yes.
It's not just supposed to be flat. It's not supposed to be like,
it's not all about
okay, cool, I'm going to post it and that's it. You know, so I love that.
Yes, me too.
I love that so much. So what's your favorite thing to video?
So my favorite thing.
Video or shoot, which you don't do both for an event though, do you?
I don't, which hopefully I will be adding that in the future sometime.
Because if you could train, here I am, I'm just like blabbing. I'm like, because if you could train somebody to get the video that you want, you could edit and be fine.
I hope to build a team one day. Yeah. And so hopefully have video and photo. So that's my goal in life. We'll see.
Spitting that in the future.
But so my favorite thing, I would say my favorite thing to photograph is couples. I love couples.
Yes.
That's what I specialize in. I love seeing just the relationship, the love between them.
Yeah.
And just capturing the genuine moments rather than so posed and so edited. I just love natural. Yeah. I love natural everything.
Yeah.
And so just to see the love, just to hang out with them for 30 minutes to an hour for a full session and just hang out and make a memory. It's so much fun.
So it doesn't even have to be like prom or a wedding, like just regular, just like a couple session.
Yes.
Which I feel like more people are starting to do, which I love.
I love it. Yes.
And I'm like, because there's this cute little couple. I mean, they look 10 years old to me, which I don't even know how old they were.
Yeah.
After us in the mini sessions, I'm like, you know, like if that would have existed when I was younger with my boyfriend or whatever, like how awesome would that be?
Yeah, you could look back at all the memories.
And even some of these people that date from when they're really young to like you could be with them from like boyfriend to like engagement to like the wedding.
Yes.
And even like maternity.
It's crazy.
All the things.
All the photo shoots.
Yes.
There's so many possibilities.
So couples, do you like to video? Do you like to do photography?
I love video for weddings.
Yeah.
Or photo. I'm really either or. That's why I offer both.
Yeah.
And so I love everything I do. There's not one thing that I would change. I just love doing video, photo, anything for a wedding. I love weddings. Weddings are key. I love the whole day, whether it's 2 hours to 14 hours.
Yeah.
Those days get long, but they are always so good. They're busy and blessed. That's what I call it.
Oh, I love that. I'm going to start using that. Busy and blessed. Because, I mean, it's true.
It is. It's so busy and you're in the moment all the time.
Yeah.
But it's so blessing. Like, it's just so fulfilling. Like, after you leave and you're like, wow, I feel great.
Yes.
It was good. It was a good day.
I love that. So, what are your goals?
So
what do you see like in 5 years? Where's Austin Angel Photography?
Hopefully I would be in a studio, which I will hopefully open one day.
Yeah.
Offering sessions inside and outside. So having that space I want to create it.
You create good backdrops and everything. Like I've never seen anybody be good at both. Like, so that's great.
Yeah.
Yes.
So my goal, I want to own a coffee shop / studio, which will be a workplace for photographers. So just an open room for photographers to come edit, work together, live together, do life together.
Yeah.
And just
Because y'all
help
need
each other.
support.
Yes.
Because I do think, like, what's great about a salon team is, like, if we kind of have a bad day or an off thing, like, we kind of have each other to talk
to
through
lean
stuff.
on, yeah.
But I feel like in photography, when it's just you, like, I'm sure it can be very lonely.
Yep.
Like,
and so just opening a space that is free and that is just welcoming, and then also having spaces like rooms to be able to shoot in. So like if we're doing a headshot swap, like photographers are getting together to do headshots, or somebody wants to rent it for a family photo shoot. Yeah. So just having a studio space, a coffee space, just to sip and chill and all that. So big dreams, big visions.
I hope so. I'm going to come get coffee there because I think that's amazing.
It's so fun.
And too, like sometimes you need that in this day and age. Like we need those like different little vibes.
Creating a community.
Yeah, a community like for creatives.
Yes.
Especially because
it's so cool.
We're different.
Yes, we are. We're always thinking.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. This has been a great talk. Tell us again where we can find you on all your socials.
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, everything. Austin Angel Photography.
Awesome.
I would love to chat with y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Whitney. You're the best.
Thank you.